Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Apeiron, and AIMHI. Check out our partners in the description. YEY is an innovative platform at the intersection of technology and culture. It empowers communities by offering unique digital collectibles called shinies that represent membership, exclusive rewards, access to events, and measure community engagement through interactive campaigns. Keeb Narciso is Business Development Manager at YEY and BlockchainSpace. Leslie Bries is Program Lead of Guildhall at YEY. Hello, welcome to Startup Podcast BH. We're very happy to have the both of you here.
Hi, Johnny. Thank you very much for having us. We're excited to be on here. No, we've been willing to be on here for siguro mga 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Now we've been trying. No, so thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
So thrilled.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious dun sa when you use the word shinies and you also have digital collectibles, but most of all, I'm actually very intrigued at branding YEY as like the intersection of technology and culture. So I hope later we'll know more about that. But yeah, let's I'll ask directly so ano nga ba ang YEY or YEY.tech? What really is YEY?
Okay, I think I can take this one, Leslie. No, so it has to start with a brief history of where we came from. Before I can contextualize what YEY is. No, so back in 2018, BlockchainSpace, the mother company or parent company, no, first started as a literal na blockchain space. So, para siyang co-working space here in the Philippines, no, that was launched in, I believe, May of 2018. It was done alongside, I believe, Accelerate by Union Space, which is also a co-working space here within the Philippines.
Yeah.
No? So, it was a joint venture, and we ended up creating what we call blockchain space. And it served as a co-working space for where anybody developing or creating technology or developing a new project, platform, whatever, no, could create and co-work in peace, no, and with like-minded individuals as well. So we've always been about advocating, no, for blockchain within the Philippines. It's been a long journey for the Philippines talaga, but with mass adoption as well, no. So before we actually even became BlockchainSpace, we were actually also one of the first ever, I'm sure you've heard of Axie Infinity, no? The whole Philippines has heard of it
course.
then. Came out in a perfect time during the pandemic then. And when Axie gained a lot of traction here in the Philippines, I believe BlockchainSpace was also one of the first, among the first 6 guilds in the world to have an Axie guild, no? So we were always about giving blockchain and exposing blockchain to the masses, no? Onboarding more people onto Web3. And it's always been very community focused since then, no? Fast forward, siguro past a few more years in the pandemic, no? We ended up with Axie being very big, but also falling off very quickly. And so during the heyday of Axie, we had started with a lot of tooling, a lot of tools that would help guilds manage their scholars, manage their individuals who are playing games, no. And eventually, when Axie fell off, we decided, okay, we found our niche here in doing a lot of community-based or guild-based na technology. Why don't we keep pursuing that? So even when Axie fell off, we decided to start doing more endeavors that still cater to communities. So one of them was Creator Circle, for example, wherein we collated a lot of different creators around the Philippines, and our vision for that was globally, no, to have a space where brands, community, games, etc., could tap any creators or any influencers they wanted through Creator Circle. It didn't fly super well, but we never stopped trying. No, we never stopped trying to be more community focused after that, and eventually we created more things. And last year, actually a year and 1 month ago, we created what is called Guilds Hall. So Guilds Hall naman, which is headed by Leslie. Guilds Hall is actually, Leslie, you wanna do a very brief rundown of what Guilds Hall is?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Leslie can and can I ask lang can you clarify lang what really is a guild para for our audience to understand better what really is a guild, especially in Axie and in these games.
Leslie,
Okay.
I think you can take it.
Yeah. All right. Maybe not the most solid definition that people would want for a definition of a guild, but just from my personal perspective, a guild is basically any kind of community that comes together for playing games. It's not the size that matters. It's not the kinds of games that you play. But what matters is that you have an active player base that comes together It could be monthly, it could be weekly, and they gather to, well, play together. That's essentially what a guild is. And on that note, that's where Guilds Hall comes in. So Guilds Hall is essentially the premier community concierge platform. We're designed to help guild leaders collaborate not just with the members of their own communities, but with other guilds as well and their members so that they can seek new opportunities together. So think of it this way. When you have guilds, they want to have activities with their own members, but it's not always so easy to plan the logistics around that. Like, how do we engage the members of our group? How do we make sure that they participate in these things? How do we make sure that our messages are reaching them effectively? And then after that, the next step is like, how do we collaborate with projects that we're interested in, with the games that we love playing? How do we share our enthusiasm with the rest of the gaming community, the wider gaming space? And that's where Guilds Hall comes in. So what we want to do is connect those communities both with each other and with the projects and games that they are interested in. Think of us as like the concept started with John Wick and the Continental, the hotel there.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah. There's Winston, the guy at the Continental. He manages everything. So Guilds Hall, the persona we wanted for Guilds Hall is, we are Winston. We want to make it easier for you to meet other guilds, to work together, to collaborate, to reach your full potential, make your communities more active. It's essentially that.
Yeah, actually, in what I see, in what I understand, although I'm not an expert in Web3 games, in blockchain games, but parang it's totally free kasi. I mean, the Web3, no, parang it also somehow symbolizes yung parang freedom, decentralization in the online world. Now, even if it's a free world, people still have to organize, people still have to come together, people still have to interact together. So I think that's why guilds are there. Parang it's like a decentralized way then for people, for communities actually to be formed and to work together, but regarding that, and siguro let's go back to YEY, so what really is kumbaga the challenge being solved? I mean, you have these digital collectibles, the shinies. What what aspect of the community is it really addressing, or like what really is the challenge or the problem in all of this that's being solved in why you do YEY as well?
Okay. So I'd like to take this one now. So for the challenge being posed really is we are you familiar with other questing platforms as well, such as Galaxy or Zeely, ganon? So
Not so
essentially,
much, but
okay,
yeah.
sige. I'll contextualize now. So these questing platforms, what they do is they exist to provide essentially an avenue for the average user, the average Web3 user, to perform a task and get rewarded, no? So what we noticed with these platforms is that they're very exploitative, especially for communities, no? What do I mean by this? It means na these communities are being asked to do specific tasks, no? Being forced to create an account, to sign up for something, to whatever, no, outside of the usual things that they normally do, no. And eventually, their emails are full of different sign up emails, ganon, because they want to quest, diba? So what YEY is meant to serve as, it's not necessarily a replacement to a degree, no, of questing platforms, because we're not a questing platform. What it seeks to do is to provide a record on the blockchain for community activities to prove their activity through engagement through NFTs, no. So essentially, what happens is on the platform, if we have what we call our shinies, no, shinies are actually NFTs. Tapos isa siyang record ng isang action na you take on the blockchain. No? So let's say on YEY, I take an action. I participate or I mint a POAP or a proof of attendance protocol na NFT that shows na I was present during a physical activation. I have a record forever na nandun ako, present ako. Yeah. I was there when it happened, no? And essentially what this does is if communities are able to provide these records of attendance, of activity, they can prove to brands, games, whoever, no, that, hey, we have an active community. We do these all the time. And if your brand wants to be a part of what we're doing now, here's what you could potentially get out of it. Like, let's say a community has 100 active users. They can prove that they have 100 active users using YEY, no? And then that way they can, rather we as YEY din, can prove to the brands, oh, ito, we have XYZ active guilds, or we have like 50 active guilds here right now who are willing to play your game or feature your game during their game night for their weekly game nights, no? We'd love for you to reach out and expose yourself to them para you can get this exposure to Philippine gaming guilds, to because we're not even just in the Philippines now, we're all around the world. We have guilds from India, we have guilds
We
from
have
the
guilds
US.
from Africa.
Ayun, diba? So it's very, very diverse in that sense. And because it's diverse, we're able to provide exposure to these brands to a very global audience. And that's what YEY is intending to solve.
Actually, yeah, I kind of understand I remember lang I interviewed another startup dati in the Web3 space din. Filipino din ang founders. I'm sure you know this. Parang they also do NFT, yung mga items dun sa mga games. So parang on an outsider point of view, you magtataka kayo parang bakit may ganong company na gumagawa ng NFT items and then yung sa inyo parang NFT actions. Parang I mean, if you're really unfamiliar sa Web3 space, parang medyo confusing but then again, siguro this is my point of view in how blockchain games, in how Web3 games work. Kasi parang these are really parang walang central company na gumagawa ng game. So kailangan ng mga companies talaga na parang kumbaga yung components ng mga games. Kayo as YEY, as blockchain space yung gumagawa nun. Is that right? And correct me if I'm wrong, like these are like game agnostic, and the guilds are even like game or even blockchain agnostic. So parang is that right? Is that right? But basically what you do can be applied to many different games, to many different applications, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Entirely. Leslie, you want to take this or?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in Guilds Hall's case, for example, the majority of the guilds are Web3 facing. So they play primarily Web3 games like Axie or Pixels. But a lot of them also started out playing Web2 games. And you can adapt the features of YEY to help with that very easily. For example, one of our guilds actually held the League of Legends tournament. And then they used the proof of attendance feature for minting so they could track who was attending. And Collectibles and proof of attendance, that's just one of the features that's on YEY. I wanted to launch into that because, for example, we have a poll feature, and that was also useful for the guilds. They were able to vote for their favorite creator. You'd think that that's not really a project that other people in the Web3 space would be super interested in because they seem either games focused or token earning heavy focused, but we're more on the social aspect.
Yeah, do you have anything to add, Keeb?
I do actually, like just a little bit lang, no. So we've talked a lot about gaming talaga, because that's really the heart of what we started with. But we also, like, don't get me wrong, what YEY is intending to serve is not just the guilds, no. It's meant to provide community tooling talaga to give community owners the insights into the activity of their community. So let's say as a guild leader, as a community leader, I want to know how well received essentially a certain activity is. If I want to plan a specific activation, I'll run it with my community. I'll use YEY to measure the engagement, see how many people took part in it. Maybe like 50 people lang out of 500 did it. And then I'll run another one and maybe like 150 people did it. And I'll be okay, at least now I know my community likes doing this rather than this, diba? And beyond just games, we are also expanding ourselves din kasi to cater to unofficial fandoms din. So P-pop and K-pop communities, for example, here in the Philippines, can also utilize our tech by using it to provide attendance essentially. No? So let's say, for example, meron akong isang event as na parang meetup for a P-pop fandom. Gusto namin mag-meet lang for beanie or something, diba? So ang mangyayari doon, I'll issue out yung shinies ko doon sa event, and I have a record of everybody who attended. And in the future, if I want to invite these fans who made the effort to attend in person to another event, I can because I have a record of that from my community. So ganun siya. It's very versatile and robust in that sense.
Okay, amazing. Actually, now I totally understand it. Gets super gets ko na. So basically, and that's a good thing then that you mentioned na it's not just for games, basically for even fandoms or actually for any community, Parang it's like if they want a blockchain record of actions, yun nga, you can mint yung mga achievements, yung mga attendance, para din siyang
Exactly.
para din pwede magkaroon ng avatar yung mga tao na I went to the Beanie, yung concert, Beanie concert.
Grand Beanieverse. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I went to day one or something like that,
Yeah.
And so parang parang it's like you authenticate the achievements in the blockchain of any community. Tama ba
That's
yun?
right. That's right. That's a great way to put
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I just have to ask na about the org structure. So it's like BlockchainSpace is like the bigger company, and what is YEY and what is Guildhall specifically under that umbrella under that.
Okay, so yeah, it can get a little confusing, no? So, blockchain space is the mother company. Essentially, we are divided into company and product, no? So it's like blockchain space is at the top. Tapos we have here YEY, which is built as a product of blockchain space, and then Guilds Hall and another program called YEY Club, no, the one that's serving the P-pop and K-pop fandoms. Those two are products of YEY or programs of YEY meant to service specific verticals that need a dedicated like parang program talaga, diba? Because ang laki ng K-pop, ang laki ng P-pop, ang laki ng Web3 gaming guilds. We
Yes.
decided, what if we just poured a lot more resources into managing them, because these are great sectors that need empowerment and recognition.
Yeah, actually that's worth exploring. I think in the Philippines lalo na BINI, P-pop actually very very strong right now. So and I think most then of these people will be interested in Web3 applications So there may be a possibility. Lalo na yung mga iba pwedeng online lang nanood ng concert, may mga physical or live nanood ng concert. So somehow iba yung authentication that way na parang, and you can prove, you can have a badge, you can verify that I'm this kind of Bloom or something
Yes,
like that.
exactly.
But
Like, I'm a virtual Bloom. I watch online lang, but
yeah.
I'm there every time. Parang
Yeah,
ganun, diba?
yeah. But anyway, so in the implementation, let's go naman on like the solution on how you actually implement this. So, first there are shinies, right? So these are like the digital NFTs, is that right? Collectibles. And then
Yes.
what are all the possible uses? So I saw you said it can be an authentication of achievement, but I also found in your website to represent membership, exclusive rewards, access to events also. So can you expound lang on all the things that may happen with our shinies here?
Sure. Actually, I think Leslie, would you like to do the honors for this one? Because as the program lead for Guilds Hall, no, she's very familiar with what it takes to launch a campaign on YEY and what it's like for the overall user, to be rewarded by partaking.
Okay, so for example, the way that our guild sees the different features on YEY is it's not just a collectible. Collectible is just one aspect or one part of the one feature of the platform that you can use. We have other things like the poll that I mentioned. You can use it as something that for voting. Or you can use
Oh.
it, for example, for gacha giveaways. We actually have a feature on YEY called gacha. So if you want to reward your community, and you want to tier those rewards like for special events, then you can use that feature and then have everyone who joined participate there. And then whatever they draw, it will represent the reward that they're going to give them. So that's another thing that's actually very popular with our guilds, because it's very hard to contact their members for distributing rewards for something, and it's very hard to get like a large user base to participate into an activity within a set period. So those are just some of the things that we do on the platform with those new features. But apart from that, also, it's not just attendance for the one time. One of the things that we like to monitor on the YEY platform is what we call active fans. So people who are using the platform fairly frequently, like they're members of more than one community or they do more than one action. And that's very important to brands and projects because they don't just want somebody who used something on that one day. They want to be able to tap into communities that are active all the time, because they will be the ones who will give them the most feedback about the product. They will be the ones who will be the most dedicated users of whatever it is they're trying to pick. So that's also something very important that we track that could be useful for both the guilds and for projects themselves. So yeah, I think that's about anything else I might have forgotten. Keeb?
Not
Yeah,
really,
and
no?
i-add ko lang na idea, no? I just remember
Go
lang yung sa Beanie ulit, sa Beanie.
Yeah.
May mga photo card sila, 'di ba? When you
Yes.
buy sa Jollibee dati, may photo card. You can actually do that online with the poll or with a certain activity. When they do the certain activity, they get a certain collectible like a photo card, an online photo card, and they can also trade maybe or parang something like that So, I mean, what I mean is parang these physical things can actually be brought to the virtual space thanks also to blockchain technology. But yeah, Keep,
Exactly,
go ahead.
exactly. Actually, no, to build on that, in 2023 din, no, so last year, it's not even 25 yet, no?
Yeah.
So last year, we actually ran something with Smart, no? If you remember last year, we had the FIBA World Cup was held here in the Philippines, no?
Mm.
And back then, we partnered up with Smart to pilot YEY when it was brand new, no? So what we did was we issued out shinies that were in the form of collectible cards of the players. So we had the different players ng team ng starting 6 or starting 8 ata or wala namang starting 8 sa basketball, di ba? Basta,
Five.
yung starting 5 sa basketball, no? And you could collect any of their icons or their digital collectibles online as proof of your engagement, no? And then Smart worked with us so that we could reward them with Smart rewards, no? So it was a great concept that ended up with a lot of engagement then and kind of showed us na okay, the Philippines is ready for this kind of technology or is willing to adopt this kind of technology. Maybe albeit a little slowly at the start, no? But it was proof essentially that the idea was sound. And that okay, sige, game, let's do this. Let's find a way to get these communities recognized for what they already do, so that brands can come in and say, hey, we love what you're doing. Can we maybe sponsor your next gathering? Can we sponsor your next game? Can we sponsor your next tournament? Something like that, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
actually
also,
that's true. Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
I just wanted to add on the micro level. I know that we keep talking about games and brands and their communities, but the use of the platform can serve even small communities. And just as a point, we've actually used the gacha for internal giveaways with the team because it's just easier to track everything. We know how many prizes to give and who's getting them right away. So even the average person will have a use for whatever we've built on the platform.
Mm, yeah, but and actually ang daming it's really a very wide range of communities of fandoms. Yeah, I mean I haven't thought of that nga yung sa sports ano rin, no, but yeah, that's also good. But I also like to ask ano since Keeb mentioned kanina the partnership with Smart. So when you like implement this, so this is like a partnership with a company. So this is more like project based, right? Like you have a deal with a company that you will do this certain project. Basically, how does it work? I mean, and maybe there are some companies there who are listening who maybe also interested to do this. So yeah, how does this really work with a company or with
So
not just with a company, maybe with a community, with a fandom, for example.
yeah, so actually most of our constituents, so the people we really intend to serve are not even like the average user, but the community owners talaga, no? So the community owners here that we target are those leaders of active communities who want to prove that on-chain activity that brands can eventually tap, no? And the way that we work together with other brands as well is we bring them in to YEY to launch a campaign, let's say, for example, no, either alongside us or they start their own community on the platform and then they run their own campaign. We help them manage the campaign and we give them an idea of what people are responsive to, what communities like doing, and more importantly, for on the program level, no, like Guildhall, for example, what we do is we provide the brands, we provide companies, we provide games with case studies. We provide them with the campaigns, the numbers, the metrics, no, na these communities have been doing, and say, hey, so we have these communities here. Here's their stats. Here's how active they are in the month. Here's how many active users they have. Here's how many people were able to hop onto a stream of a KOL, for example, diba? While they were streaming. And we asked them after, we're like, okay, so with all of these communities in mind, would you like to get involved with all of them, with some of them? Is there one that particularly strikes you as one you'd like to work with? Ganon. And then we tailor something fit to them, no? Because YEY is such a robust product, no, in the sense that it's very versatile as well. And because it's versatile, we're able to do many things on the platform. So claiming attendance, for example, let's say I'm a streamer. I want somebody to claim attendance on my first, third, and fifth stream. And if they're able to be in attendance for 3 out of 5 of my streams, for example, they get access to a gacha or a raffle that cannot be accessed if you've only watched it 2 times out of 5, diba? So ganun siya. It's meant to serve and provide that level of tailored engagement for people who are looking to really reach out to a audience that does not know that they're there yet, no? More importantly, it also provides these brands with stats after the campaign is done, no? So I can see after they've done the campaign, sino man yung nag-participate, ano yung emails nila, what are their Twitters, so I can verify if they were able to retweet and follow me on Twitter, diba? So it's robust. Is what I'm trying to say, no? And there are many ways that a partner can come in and work with us. But the most important one there is we don't want them to force these communities to do something outside of what they're already doing, no? So the one thing we really refuse to do is exploit these communities and community owners, because they come onto the platform for one reason, and it's to prove that on-chain record of their activity, how popular something is, how active my members are, and through that, find people who are willing to sponsor or become a part of our community and what we're already doing. Rather than, okay, kami na mag-a-adjust, kami na maglalaro, kami na magsa-sign up ng game ninyo or something like that.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Yeah, so actually that's a good idea, no, for content creators as well. Maybe for startup podcasts as well, no. Who listen to these videos, to these episodes, you can earn some digital token or some digital gacha or whatever. But anyway, so let's go to the stories actually behind YEY and BlockchainSpace, and even like because this is already a company actually doing this, ano. So can we know like the background of the company, how large is the team, who's the original founder? So can we know some things about the beginnings or the origins of blockchain space and YEY, and
Okay.
how really did YEY start?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, building lang on what we already explained at the start of the call, siguro, no? I think that the best way to really describe us is as a community first approach, no, towards blockchain, wherein, ayun nga, as I've said over and over, we want to make sure that these communities have the ability to prove that they are active, to prove their on-chain activity, to prove that they are very much capable of drawing in a lot of numbers, because they are, no. Communities, what we found with communities is that they're very powerful, and that they can be more powerful than brands even sometimes, no. And so with that in mind, we started YEY. And YEY is essentially that community platform talaga that gives community owners the tools that they need to, one, prove their on-chain activity, and two, to manage their community as well, no. So it's a two-pronged approach wherein we see ourselves as solving that need for those communities. And it's all at the heart of where we started, which was as a blockchain space, essentially, diba? So as a company that has always endeavored to drive mass adoption in the Philippines for Web3 and for crypto. And in that sense, no, our founder, Peter Ng, was very much also advocating for starting up crypto in the Philippines. He's part of some of the original founders here in the Philippines in crypto, for example, such as, if you're familiar with YGG as well, see Gabby. If you're familiar with Chase Freyo from OP Games, OP Guild, no? They're all part of the same circle of founders who believed in crypto first, no? And at the end of the day, it started as a barkada. And because it started as a barkada, every single one of them had their own idea and is now flourishing in their own respective fields.
Oh.
So, and we're no different. We are a passion project based on what the barkada back in the day decided to do. And now, as some of the original founders of blockchain and advocates of blockchain in the Philippines, despite not even being Filipino himself, Peter's not a not a Filipino, no, but he might as well be considered one with how much he loves sisig. But that aside, no, there's always been that history of advocating for blockchain and advocating for communities. And we've stayed true to that for the last 6 years, going on 7 next year. And hopefully we can continue to drive that mass adoption, drive that recognition for these communities and guilds throughout the rest of the Philippines pa rin, no? And eventually expand their horizons to go beyond Southeast Asia, to reach a more global scale din. And yeah, it's that. I think I'm
Yeah.
rambling na.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll ask more about that. No? But I'm also curious, like even you guys, Leslie, for example, why did you join? Yay! Why did you join? I mean, like a personal perspective, like why did you join the organization or the company? Yeah.
My journey in Web3 actually started with my fascination with smart contracts, tokens, all of that trading. I can take it or leave it. But I'm very interested in the technology behind recording transactions and having like a permanent way to keep that something you can reference forever. Because I'm actually a law graduate, and you know how difficult it is to prove records of anything. You have to retrieve it from wherever. And then if it's not recorded somewhere, how do you prove something like ownership or if something has changed hands from one owner to another? And that's something that smart contracts essentially does solve in a certain way. And it was that interest that made me think now, maybe there's a place for me in a company that's exploring these things. The community part of BSPC and Yay though, I just ended up going into that because well, I like talking to people, as you can see. I love interacting with them and knowing more about their hobbies. And I may not be the most competitive gamer, but I have the most beautiful farm in Stardew Valley. So I love talking to gamers as well.
And also, another question. So, BlockchainSpace started 2018. Is that right? If I remember correctly. How about Yay? When did Yay exactly start?
This time last year, technically.
Oh, okay,
Around this
okay,
time
okay.
talaga.
Yeah, so si FIBA happened last year, mid-year, no? Or mga Q3
Yeah.
2023. And that's kind of where it all began, no? That's kind of where we decided, okay, let's pilot it here and then let's see what happens, no? So it's very fresh. It's just over a year old. And the programs are also relatively young in and of themselves. So Guilds Hall actually had their anniversary celebration last month. Because they started in 2023 November. So everything's very fresh, everything's very young, and in that sense makes us very versatile and very flexible, no? So we can adjust, adapt with what the trends are today.
Yeah, that's the essence of a startup din naman, no? Startups are meant to be agile and flexible and versatile.
Exactly.
And actually, that's what actually I like about startups as well. Even blockchain, what I see with blockchain space. So it's like a company in the blockchain space. So blockchain space is a company in the blockchain space, and then it continues to find problems, challenges, on what's happening right now in the world. And then if you can solve that using blockchain technology, using Web3 technology, you do that, and that's I think how and why Yay is born, right?
Pretty much. We saw a problem. We saw how communities were being exploited, and we decided, okay, let's get in there. Let's solve that problem because we know what it's like for as a community ourselves, no? Starting as an Axie guild, we know what it's like to be forced to do something outside of what we are already doing, no? So ayun, we made a case for it.
Yeah, and now this I have a question for the both of you. It's like a little bit philosophical question, and not really philosophical, but like what do you think of the Philippines as one of the biggest crypto adopters in the world? I mean, Yay is an intersection of technology and culture, as you said. So Yay is like an intersection of Web3 and fandoms. And actually, the Philippines is very big on those two things, crypto and fandoms. I think the Philippines is one of the top 5 or top 3. I think K-pop followers, K-pop fans, ano. So parang ganun din talaga kalakas yung followings na yung kumbaga how Filipinos follow their idols, their K-pop idols in this. So what do you think of the future maybe, and even why is the Philippines like that? Why are we strong on Web3? Why are we strong on crypto? Why are we so much why are we so much of fans? And then why is it a good thing, or how is it moving forward given this? How do you actually plan to do YEY given that the Philippines is like this? I mean, basically just share your opinions on what's happening right now. Because I think it's a unique trait as well of the Philippines. This is a very unique trait that maybe the Philippines is it's like the biggest, one of the biggest in the whole world. So yeah, what do you think of this?
Okay. It's I like to think kasi na because 'di ba dati we used to be called the social media capital of the world, 'di ba? Because we were one of the first to really utilize Facebook and overuse Facebook a lot din in the past, no. But that aside, no, it's not necessarily na we love social media, but more of we've always been as a nation very willing to try new things, no. We've never shied away from novelty. We've never shied away from being the first in to try something out. And that's a unique trait that is still possessed by a lot of our Philippine gaming guilds actually, no? Who play any and all video games under the sun, basta bago. No.
Yeah.
So kasi
Yeah.
parang I'm first, o 'di ba? Ako una, Philippines number 1, 'di ba?
Lalo si Axie talaga, no? Axie
Oh my
talaga
God.
yung ano eh.
Oo. So yung Axie was actually just gigantic proof na adoption happens so quickly in the Philippines, no? And ayun, si Beanie
And
din, for example.
dahil din they can earn actually. So, una sila,
Yes.
and they can actually earn.
Actually, Axie's
Yeah.
timing was fantastic, no? So back in the day, before I joined BlockchainSpace, no, I had my own scholarship din for Axie that was competing with BlockchainSpace, no. So funnily enough, we were in the same space, but I think I entered into that with a group of friends with a more philanthropic, I suppose, na purpose, no. Leslie, funnily enough, was one of my scholars.
We didn't know.
I
We
didn't know
until,
at all.
until this year.
Pero like it was funny because we entered into it knowing full well that we wanted to make money, but
Yeah.
the pandemic happened, right? And people lost their jobs. And when we realized that Axie was enough to give people higher than the minimum daily wage here in the Philippines, we decided, okay, let's employ or let's bring on as many scholars as we can so that we can provide livelihoods to these people who lost their livelihoods during the pandemic, no. And it was very noble in that sense. I did not make any money from that at all. In fact, I lost quite a bit, no.
Sorry, Keeb.
But no, it's okay. Like, but I hear stories like hers, for example, how she was able to make money from that. Another one of my coworkers before was also one of my scholars, and I apparently funded their wedding. So, like they were able to pay for their wedding because of playing Axie, right? And that's part of what makes the Philippines special because they will be first to the fray. They will be first to jump onto something and reap the rewards of it as well, no? And the same can be said for crypto, like here in the Philippines, no? The the first adopters rather, are the people who are able to make most use and create the best ideas for what could be possible with fandoms, with crypto, with whatever, no? The Philippines is always first to it, or almost always first to it. And that's a uniquely Filipino thing talaga in that sense, no? I might have a different answer from Leslie, though. Leslie, ikaw, what do you think about
Leslie.
how the Philippines goes?
My answer is a little bit sadder because whenever I think about the Philippines, a lot of our friends, family, communities, a lot of us are away from each other. Many people are separated from the communities that they call home. And that's why I actually think that social media adoption was so fast here. It's so widely used. Almost everyone has a Facebook. Even their mga old na grandmas na in the village, they have a Facebook account so they can keep talking to people. It's the same thing with games. People want to adopt it quickly so that they have something new to try with their friends. We have a loss of sense of community because we are so far from each other. And then it's when we're online that we're able to connect even part of the time. It's like a break away from reality where we have to keep grinding and surviving in a very difficult economic period. Wow. But it's true. Many of us feel alienated from our families and friends. We don't have enough time to spend with them. We're trying to just get through life. And it's those precious few hours na you can't necessarily travel to physically be with them, or you don't have the money to spend to go back home. But when you're online, you can play games, you can message each other. You guys can go to video chats, you can participate in the same fandoms, you can watch online concerts together. It makes you still feel that close and connected to them. And that's why I think we have such strong online communities, such strong fandoms, because they're all looking for that sense of home, that sense of belonging and purpose. Us most especially.
Grabe naman yung answer na yun. Nakakaano ng puso.
Oo nga eh. It's more
That's how
philosophical,
I
grabe.
feel. That's how
Dami
I
mong
feel.
emotes.
Ano, I mean, actually, I like Leslie's answers, especially na the Philippines is an archipelago, and actually, you can connect with people all around the country, even using a different language, a different dialect, somehow a different culture. Actually, nagulat ako, no, kasi share ko lang din onte. I'm sure mas matanda ako sa inyo, and I've been traveling a bit ngayon sa Pilipinas, and nagulat ako nga na parang yung mga mas bata, o siguro mga generation ninyo, parang ano 'no, ang widespread na nung parang naglalaro, and then nagdi-Discord para to talk with their friends. And I mean, bilang nakakatanda medyo na ano ako dun na parang gano'n na pala ang gaming ngayon. Ako dati, I mean, sa computer shops ganyan. Pero I mean, that's not ano 'no, I mean, that's actually good ano na parang yun nga, as Leslie has said, you can find a home even if you're just online, even if you're actually physically apart from each other. You're together in the digital world. Kasi some people might ano might disregard this, especially na mental health nga nadi-disregard eh. Pero parang having that home, having that haven, having that even just a few hours every day, that's actually a big thing for ano for people, for Filipinos. So actually, I think that's the biggest value then of games, of communities, of Web3 din, really sa sobrang gulo ng mundo, minsan medyo dramatic or medyo mahirap ang pang-araw-araw na buhay. Pero having that space, no? Having that time and space where you can feel at home, even if with people that are not physically with you but actually online or digitally with you, no? So I hope more people understand this, and I hope more people really see the value of this.
Introducing AIMHI. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with AIMHI.
Ayun ano, so I think that's a good ending na rin, pero siguro let's end this conversation with what really is the vision or parang future plans pa for YEY and even blockchain space. So what are the things lying ahead pa? So maybe the both of you can share what for your specific programs and parts of YEY. So yeah,
Sure.
what's ahead in the future?
Sige. So, I guess on my end, no, from a general or overall perspective ng YEY mismo, we have a lot of plans for 2025 that really cater to bringing more to serve underserved communities, no. We've released a lot of tools lately that will help both communities and brands engage better with their constituents. Provide them with tools that can help them run more robust activities that allow them to keep a record of what they've been doing on the blockchain, and eventually to be seen, no, by these different brands out there who are looking to tap very active player communities, very active fandoms, no, looking to become a part of what they're already doing, no. So on my end, I think the only thing I really have to say is that YEY is gearing up towards YEY is gearing up to really be a tool that all communities will eventually find essential, no. We want to be that all-in-one platform that you turn to when you want to take your community to the next level. So what we have in store for 2025 is really just a lot more tech that allows you to do more with your community, a lot more tech that allows you to reward your community as well, no, and a lot of plans to really drive mass adoption further in the Philippines of Web3 and crypto, no. So abangan, no. We have a very ambitious plan for 2025. A lot of which I really can't say. So ngayon I'm just adding fluff to it na lang, but nonetheless,
of course.
it's all going to be very exciting, and we can't wait to share what new developments we have in store for both the brands and for the communities at large. No, Leslie, how about you?
Yeah. And on Guilds Halls, and we know that we're active with getting guilds connected to projects, but we're focusing more on now, apart from onboarding even more guilds, of course, as we have over 50 guilds that are part of Guilds Hall, is that we want the guilds to start having more activities with each other. So as opposed to individual guild game nights, we'll have more tournaments, bigger ones, not just online ones. Let's have more physical ones. Let's bring that sense of community even further by expanding it, as you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, actually esports actually it's very fun din to see, no. It's very exhilarating to see din na parang yung paglaki ng esports communities in the Philippines, lalo na even ML, may mga tournaments na rin for ML. And I mean, it's a tournament but actually that brings the community together. So that's actually a very good thing then. But ayun, no, thank you so much Keeb and Leslie. This is actually actually I'm surprised na dumating sa very emotional din somehow yung ating usapan, ano. May technology, may philosophy, may emotions. Wow, complete ano. But ayun, thank you so much for this conversation. By the way, if our listeners want to know more about blockchain space and YEY, so how can they find more information? Maybe you can lead them to the website or social media channels.
Absolutely. So you can follow us on Twitter ba? Or X. It's called X now, right? So you can follow us on X at YEY Technologies, and you can also visit our website, yey.tech, to learn more about us. No? We provide a lot of updates based on what we've done with our new releases, as well as the activities that are being done by our partners and by our most powerful users din on the platform. No? So go check us out. We'd love to also receive your feedback. If you become a user or become a community owner on YEY, we'd love to receive your feedback on it as well at yey.tech/feedback, if I'm not mistaken. No? So give us your opinions, give us your thoughts about it, and more importantly, come and join the fun. No, we'd love to hear more about it. You can also follow me personally on X. That's at Keebnar, Keebnar. And I don't post a lot, but when I do post, it's usually alpha. So yes, get a follow in, and let's talk more.
How about Leslie? You can also share your social media channel.
Okay, so for our social media, we're also on X. It's Guilds Hall, GUILDSHALL. If you're a leader of a guild, or if you think the guild that you're a member of would be interested in joining, hit us up. It doesn't matter what game you play, if it's cozy or if it's competitive, we'd love to get in contact with you. Or if you're a game, even better. As for myself, I'm on Breathlessly B, Breathless LYB, also on X. And I'm so sorry, but I usually post about cats. It's not value adding, but if you like cats, then we will be friends.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, Keeb and Leslie, for this conversation. Salamat for talking about YEY and blockchain space. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Johnny. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you very much to our 52 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLexPH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. SchoolTech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britanna, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits the small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach Miha Matlievsky, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. DOHE, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DiviCode Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGU's real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Mamiki Super Pet App, Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, YEY, Uplift CodeChum, Board Prep, DOHE Philippines, EdFolio, HiveRooms, Kazam, CodeChum, Jur.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle.ph, Pahatid PH, Founders Launchpad, Pareto Consulting, Contact RFID Business Cards, SeriousMD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.